A man in Ohio checked his bank account at 2 a.m. and started laughing. Not because he'd won anything, because 6 years earlier, he'd made one decision that took him 11 seconds, and it had just quietly added $40,000 to his life while he wasn't watching. That's the part nobody tells you about wealth. It's not built in dramatic moments. It's built in the 11-second decisions you forget you ever made. I want to tell you exactly what that decision was, but not yet. Because before we get there, I need you to understand something that's going to sound wrong at first. The people who feel the most in control of their money are usually doing less, not more. Less checking, less deciding, less willpower. Stick with me because there's a second thing coming too. A mistake almost everyone in their 30s is making right now. One that feels responsible but is quietly costing them years. I'll get to both. Let's start where real change always starts. Small. Julian was 33, a mechanic outside Phoenix, and he used to say the same thing every payday. I'll save what's left. For 11 years, what was left was nothing. Not because Julian was bad with money, not because he was reckless or lazy or careless with the things that mattered. Because he was human, and humans spend what's visible and save what's left over. And leftover is almost always zero. That's not a character flaw. That's just how a brain wired for the present handles a paycheck sitting in front of it. Then Julian did one thing. He set up an automatic transfer, $200 the day his paycheck landed, straight into an account he never saw. Not what's left after spending. First, before anything else touches it. Here's the part that shifts something in your brain. Within 4 months, Julian stopped noticing the money was gone. His spending simply adjusted around it, the same way a river finds a new path around a rock. That's not discipline. That's architecture. You don't beat your own impulses with willpower. You beat them by never letting the money reach you in the first place. David Bach wrote about this decades ago and called it paying yourself first. And the reason it still works is brutally simple. Your brain protects what it can see and forgets what it can't. Move the money before you see it and you've already won the fight before it started. That's upgrade 1. Automate it so small you don't feel it, and increase it every time you get a raise before your lifestyle does. Now here's the second one, and this is where most people quietly sabotage themselves. Name the account, not savings. Something specific, house down payment, or the year I quit my job. A vague pile of money gets raided the second a sale pops up on your phone. A named goal doesn't. Behavioral researchers at Common Sense Lab found that people save nearly 20% more simply by labeling the destination of their money. 20% from a label, from words. You're probably thinking that sounds too small to matter. That's exactly the trap. Every upgrade in this video will sound too small to matter. That's the whole point. And it's also the mistake I promised to come back to. Here's the mistake. Somewhere around 30, people start believing that real wealth requires a real plan. A spreadsheet, a 5-year strategy, a total financial overhaul. So they wait. They wait to start investing until they understand it better. They wait to negotiate their salary until they have more leverage. They wait to fix the leak because fixing it feels smaller than the flood they imagine is coming. And waiting for the big fix is how a decade disappears. The people who actually get rich rarely make one big move. They make dozens of tiny ones that compound while they're busy living their lives. Take the 24-hour rule. Before any purchase over $100, you wait 1 day. That's it. No spreadsheet, no shame, no restriction, just a pause. Studies on decision fatigue show that nearly 40% of unplanned purchases lose their appeal after 24 hours because the urge wasn't really about the object. It was about the moment. A bad day, a bit of boredom, a feed full of things other people own. Give the moment time to pass, and more often than not, the wanting passes with it, and the money stays yours instead of sitting in a closet by next spring. Then there's the 1% move. If you have a retirement account through work, raise your contribution by exactly 1%. Not 5, not 10. 1. You will not feel 1% leave your paycheck. But over 30 years at typical market returns, that single percent can turn into well over $100,000 you never had to think about again. Small input, enormous, almost unfair output. This is the same math that let Julian's 11-second decision turn into $40,000. Money doesn't care how small the seed was, how nervous you were when you planted it, or whether you fully understood what compounding even meant on the day you clicked confirm. It only cares how long you leave it alone. Here's another one almost nobody does, and it costs nothing. Once a year, call one company, whether your internet provider, your insurance, your phone plan, and simply ask, "Is this the best rate you can offer me?" That sentence, 11 words, saves the average household several $100s a year. Not because you're a negotiator, because most companies have a retention discount sitting there, waiting for someone to ask. Most people never do. Now you will. I have a confession about this one. For years, I told myself negotiating was for people with more confidence than me. Some sharp version of a person I wasn't, arguing numbers across a desk. Then I realized the entire negotiation is one sentence and a moment of silence afterward. You don't need confidence. You need to let the silence sit there instead of filling it with an apology. The rep breaks the silence first, almost every time, with an offer you didn't know existed. Let's talk about the account nobody enjoys building, the emergency fund, the one that feels like planning for disaster instead of planning for freedom. Reframe it. That account isn't insurance against bad luck. It's the thing that lets you say no. No to a job that's draining you. No to a decision made out of panic instead of choice. Researchers studying financial well-being have found that having even a small cushion of savings lowers reported financial anxiety more than a higher salary does. Not a bigger income, a cushion. 3 months of expenses sitting quietly in a separate account will change how you sleep at night more than a raise ever will. Think about a garden for a second. Nobody who's ever grown anything stands over the soil screaming at it to grow faster. They plant, they water a little, and they leave it alone. Your money works the same way, but most people treat their finances like they're screaming at the soil, checking the balance 5 times a day, panicking over a bad month, abandoning the whole plan because the tomatoes didn't show up in week 2. The people who end up wealthy aren't more talented gardeners. They're just less impatient ones. That patience matters most with the subscriptions you forgot you're paying for. The average household is bleeding somewhere between $200 and $300 a month on apps, streaming services, and memberships they signed up for once and never questioned again. It's not one big leak. It's 11 small ones, each so quiet you'd swear you don't have a leak at all. Once a quarter, open your bank statement and read every single line item out loud. You will find at least one subscription you forgot existed. Cancel it. That's not deprivation. That's just closing a door you walked through by accident. I want you to notice something about every upgrade so far. None of them required you to earn more money. None of them required a side hustle, a course, or a new job. They required a decision that took less time than reading this sentence. That's the pivot. That's the thing I actually want you to walk away with today. We've been taught that financial freedom is a mountain you climb, that it demands sacrifice, grinding, years of restriction. But the people who quietly become financially secure aren't climbing anything. They're planting, they put a seed in the ground, and they walk away and they let time do what time does, which is the one thing none of us are patient enough to trust. Round up your purchases and let the spare change slide into an investment account. Most banking apps do this automatically now, and most people who turn it on forget it exists within a month. That's not a flaw. That's the design working. Read 10 minutes a day about money, not to become an expert, just to stop being a stranger to your own finances. Because the surest way to lose money is to not understand where it's going. Check your net worth once a month, not your bank balance every day. The balance moves with your mood, but net worth moves with your decisions, and watching the second number teaches you patience the first number never will. And if you're financing a car right now, ask yourself honestly whether you're buying transportation or buying an image. Because a car payment is the single most common leak in a household budget between 25 and 45, quietly draining money every single month that should have gone toward the accounts you just built, the freedom you say you want, and the version of your life you keep telling yourself is coming later. None of these will make you rich this year. I'm not going to pretend otherwise because the people selling you that lie are the same ones who need you to stay confused so you keep buying their course. This isn't a course. This is 10 small doors, and all you have to do is walk through them once and let them stay open. Somewhere out there is a version of you 5 years from now, checking an account at 2 a.m. for no particular reason, and smiling at a number that used to feel impossible. That version of you isn't smarter than you are right now. They're not luckier. They didn't get a lucky break or a bigger paycheck or permission from anybody. They just made the small decision. On the day you're currently deciding whether to close this tab, Julian didn't know on the day he set up that transfer that it would ever matter. He wasn't trying to change his life. He was just tired of saying, "I'll save what's left," and meaning nothing by it. That's all this is. Not a transformation. A quiet, boring 11-second correction that your future self will thank you for in a way you can't fully feel yet, because you haven't lived there. You don't need a windfall. You don't need a better job. You don't need to wait until January or until the next raise or until things finally calm down, because things are never going to finally calm down. You need 11 seconds and the willingness to use them today before you talk yourself out of it the way you have every other day this year. If even one of these 10 hit something in you, subscribe and share this video to your loved ones who need this, because that's how this channel keeps finding people who needed to hear it today. I'll see you in the next one.